Wow, you're still wearing that? That's how it started. Not with anger, not with a fight. Just a laugh. And a sentence that felt small enough to ignore but sharp enough to stay. I remember standing there holding my plate, pretending I didn't hear it. But I did. Everyone did. My sister smiled like it was just a joke. And my mom, she laughed. That laugh didn't just echo in the room. It echoed inside me. My name is Sana, and for most of my life, I've been the quiet one in the family. The one who doesn't argue. The one who doesn't complain. The one who just adjusts. I wasn't always like that. There was a time when I had dreams. Big ones. I wanted to build something of my own. I worked hard, studied harder, and believed that one day, I'd make my family proud. But life doesn't always follow your plans. After Dad passed away, everything changed. Responsibilities came fast. Bills came faster, and slowly, my dreams took a back seat. My sister, on the other hand, lived a very different life. She had everything I once wanted: confidence, comfort, and a life that looked perfect from the outside. And somewhere along the way, comparison became normal. She's doing so well. Why can't you be more like her? Look at you. Still struggling? At first, I told myself they didn't mean it, that it was just concern. Just words said without thinking. But words repeated enough times stop feeling accidental. They start feeling intentional. That evening, it was supposed to be a simple family dinner. Relatives were visiting. The house was full. Laughter, conversations, everything felt normal. Until my sister looked at me from head to toe and said, "Still broke, huh?" And then she laughed. And my mom laughed with her. I felt every eye in the room shift toward me. Some awkward, some curious, some just watching. I wanted to disappear. But what hurt the most wasn't what she said. It was the fact that no one stopped her. No one defended me. No one said, "That's enough." So I stood there, quiet. But what I didn't know that moment was that silence doesn't last forever. Because sometimes a person who says nothing the longest has the most powerful thing to say. That night stayed with me, not just the words, but the feeling. The way I stood there, frozen, while everyone watched like it was entertainment. I went back to my room early, closed the door, sat on the edge of my bed, and just stared at the floor. I didn't cry, and that scared me more than anything. Because when pain goes too deep, it doesn't always come out as tears. Sometimes, it becomes clarity. I started replaying everything in my head. Not just that moment, but years of moments just like it. The small comments, the comparisons, the jokes that were never really jokes. And slowly, a truth I had been avoiding for years became impossible to ignore. This wasn't love. This wasn't concern. This was disrespect, disguised as family. That realization didn't break me. It woke me up. The next morning, I looked at myself differently. Not as someone who had failed, but as someone who had been carrying more than anyone could see. I wasn't broke. I was rebuilding. I had been supporting the house quietly, paying bills no one talked about, sacrificing things no one noticed. And yet, the only thing they saw was what I didn't have. That day, something inside me shifted. I stopped waiting for their approval. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped shrinking to fit into their expectations. Instead, I started focusing on me. I picked up extra work. I invested in myself. I learned new skills, slowly, patiently, not to prove them wrong, but to prove myself right. Months passed, and during those months, something interesting happened. The comments stopped affecting me, not because they disappeared, but because I stopped believing them. And that's when power quietly returns to you. But life has a strange way of bringing things full circle, because one evening, we were all sitting together again, same house, same people. And once again, my sister laughed. "Still struggling," she said casually. The room went silent. Everyone looked at me, waiting, just like before. But this time, I wasn't the same person. I looked at her, calmly. No anger, no hesitation, just clarity. And for the first time, I didn't stay silent. "You call me broke," I said softly, "but do you even know who's been paying half the bills in this house?" The room froze. Her smile disappeared. My mom's expression changed instantly, and suddenly, all those eyes that once watched me quietly were now looking at me differently, confused, surprised, almost uncomfortable. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't rush my words, because truth doesn't need volume. I stayed quiet because I thought respect didn't need to be asked for. I paused, but now I understand. Silence only teaches people how far they can go. No one spoke. For the first time, they had nothing to say. My sister looked down. My mom avoided my eyes. And in that moment, I realized something. I wasn't standing there to prove my worth. I was standing there to remind them of it. I didn't wait for an apology. I didn't need one, because respect forced by guilt isn't real. So I picked up my bag and walked away, not out of anger, but out of peace. Because sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop allowing people to define you. That night didn't change who I was. It revealed who I had always been, someone strong, someone patient, someone who didn't need validation to know her value. And as I stepped outside into the quiet air, I finally felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: freedom. Because the truth is, the loudest revenge isn't shouting, it's speaking once, with truth so powerful that no one ever dares to question you again.